Oakley dokley. Alright. I'm sorry. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so hello everyone. This is John Jenkins, founder of Battlegans, and I'm bringing you another programming video. Um, I'm bringing you another programming video. Um, so this is a programming video. So basically, I recently made the not the advanced but the ultimate. So I recently made J-wlab ultimate, which was a I recently made J-wlab ultimate, which was a new edition of my productivity program. But there's a problem with the program. The problem with the program is that um, so basically, the big change that I made with the program was that I made it so that every chapter length that it gives you is randomly generated. It's based on a random number. So basically, I used JW Lab to make two or three novels and a couple of other books. So I used JW Lab to make novels, nonfiction books, short story books, screenplays, stage plays. I was using JW Lab for everything. But the problem was that when I would use JW Lab, every chapter would be the same exact length, and every chapter would end in the same number of pages, and it just didn't look right. It just didn't look like a authentic novel, authentic book. So I was like, how do I change this? So what I did was I made it so that every chapter length that you see in JW Lab is randomly generated based on a variance percentage that you decide for yourself. So basically, the issue was that since all of these numbers were randomly generated, it created a situation in which since all of these numbers were randomly generated, it created a situation in which um, since all these numbers were randomly generated, it created a situation in which the total word count, since the numbers were randomly generated, they all added up to a randomly generated number. So the total word count would vary for like, I don't know, anywhere from like 1% to like 7%. So the total word count would vary from 1% to 7%. And the thing is that if you're making a 100,000 word novel, 7%, that's 7,000 words. That's 7,000 words that you're missing out on, or 7,000 extra words that you had to put in. So it's sort of unacceptable, that level of imprecision. So basically, my plan is that I want to change. It could potentially be a very difficult difficult edit or difficult change. It could be a very difficult addition, but I want to make it so that I want to make it so that even though the chapter lengths are of varying sizes, even though the chapter length are of varying sizes, the total word count is almost within 1%, maybe possibly within half of a percent of the total, which would be 500 words. So I want to get within 500 words per 100,000 word novel. So I might be able to get even higher accuracy, and yeah, so that's all I wanted to say. Um, so, but first, so there's another problem I have to solve, and that is I have to build in some testing. I have to build in some testing because basically every time I test J-wlab, I have to redo the entire thing. I have to redo the entire input every single time, and it is really annoying. It's really not that fun to have to redo the testing, redo the inputs every single time. Um, it would be nice if I could make a way to test the uh, J-wlab without having to redo the input every time, but we'll see what happens with that. Uh, we'll see what happens with that. So let's go ahead and get started. It's already been 6 minutes, so let's go ahead. Okay, so let me open up this. Okay, so uh, all right, so here is J-wlab Ultimate, and let's see. Let's see. Okay. So why don't I go up here first? So find total words. So yeah, find total words. Um, return total. Okay. Um, so, so this right here is the total number of words with the this is the total number of words with the randomly generated chapter. So this is not the words goal. This is the total number of words with the randomly generated chapters. So so there are certain ways that I could do this. So what I was thinking was that I could import. I can make it a separate module, or I can make it all part of the same module. So it's a little bit less invasive. So I'm thinking that what I'll do is um, uh, 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 well, actually, I'll make a separate. The reason why I'm saying this is because I'm pretty sure there's going to be some sort of, and I've gotten in this problem a million times, but I'm saying that there's probably going to be a problem with me stacking for loops in a single function. So there's probably going to be a problem with me stacking for loops in a single function. So I'm going to put I know I need a for loop, so I'm just going to put a separate function. So def uh, uh, ADJ, ADJ chapter array. Okay. So, okay, so. Okay, so, total. Okay, and so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to I'm going to have to um, go to word goal. So I'm gonna have to. So basically this function right here, find total words, is missing word goal, and the reason why I need word goal is so basically what I was thinking was that I will just uh, basically it's an old math equation that I learned. So basically, I was going to uh, take the I was going to take the word goal, the total word goal. I was going to take the total word goal and I was going to divide it by the total of the random uh, the random total. So I was going to take the total word goal, which would typically be about 100,000 words, and I was going to divide it by the random goal, which would be a random number close to 100,000, maybe a little bit below or above, and then I was going to multiply that number by each chapter amount. So that should get me, and then obviously I would redo the total. I would redo the total. So I would go back again. I would add up all the totals, and I would add up all the random chapters after multiplying them by the number, and then that would add up to a number that's closer to the original word goal. Uh, so, all right. So, yeah. So, word goal, and okay. So, all right. So why don't I do this? So, well, um, so basically, all right. So while I'm waiting to figure this out, why don't I go down here and okay. Okay. Alright. So not started. So okay. Yeah. So I put the first part at the bottom. Okay. If total words adjusted. Find total words. Okay. Total words adjusted, and I'm going to add word goal to this, and let's see, I'm going to add word goal to that, and why don't I okay. So why don't I print Word goal is word goal. Okay. Total is okay. So basically, I'm just building this in to test it, so that I can see what I'm doing. All right. So I'm gonna just building this in to test it for right now, and I'm seeing what I'm going to do later. Uh, Duckling. Right. Okay. All right. So let's see if this works. I'm gonna go ahead and put the function call in here. ADJ chapter array total word goal. Alright, so I know this is gonna be so I just have to check and see if this works. So okay, so it worked so far. It didn't crash when I loaded it up. So into the name, Jenkins Paradise. Okay, in author's name, John Jenkins. What is the average word count for a single chapter? I'll say 2,000. How many words are there per page? How many words are there per page? I'll say 260. How many chapters? 0. What is the word count so far? I'll say 35,000. What is the word count? Final word count? 100,000. How many weeks do you want to spend writing a novel total? 20. How many days per week? 5. 3 writing sessions per day. 1, 0. Word count 0. When please enter your number preset. I'll say 30. Okay. Alright. Alright, so there it goes right there. So I'm gonna end it right here. So this right here is the word count, the word goal, which is 100,000 words, and this is the adjusted word count. So why don't I change one more thing? Okay, so I'm gonna end this video right here. I'll move on to the next parts of this. Let me put that right in there because I don't want it to be a floating point number for obvious reasons. So basically, that's all I'm gonna do for right now. I just wanted to see to make sure that the thing was working correctly. Now that I know it's working correctly, I can move on to the next step, which is to calculate the different word count, calculate the word count for each chapter, recalculate the word count for each chapter. That might be multiple videos, I don't know. So, but at least I got this part working, so I'm going to see you in the next video, and goodbye.